With another free weekend just around the corner, I felt it was only appropriate to help out the lads who aspire to be heroes by just giving this game a shot. Don't get me wrong, there's not a lot you need to know just for the sake of playing the game. But there are a few things that newcomers often struggle with, and these things I would like to warn you of today to make sure the short time you can spend with the game before having to sink money into it is as pleasant as possible. So without wasting any more time, let's get right into it. We're kicking things off with the basics here, the difference between health, shields, and armor. Your regular HP is colored white, shields are blue, and armor is yellow. HP are just your regular hit points which every character has. Damage can be healed through support abilities, regenerative abilities, and health packs. There's nothing special about it. Shields, contrary to regular HP, do restore themselves once you stop taking damage. Some heroes have a certain amount of shields as part of their base health pool like Zarya and Zenyatta. However, shields can be granted to teammates by using one of Symetra's ultimate abilities, the Shield Generator. That gives your entire team 75 shields that regenerate as long as they stay in its massive range. And lastly, armor. What makes armor special is its damage absorbing nature. The long and short of it is really just that it takes slightly less damage per shot up to a certain maximum, making you a little more tanky than if you just had regular HP. Armor does not regenerate itself, so it does need to be tended to by health packs or support abilities. Torbjorn is currently the only hero in the game that can distribute armor packs. These will not become part of your base HP, which means that once you've taken damage equivalent to the amount of armor you have, it's gone for good until you get another pack from Torb, and you can only wear one at a time. The order in which your character takes damage is shields first, armor second, and HP last, assuming that you do have all three types of HP at your disposal. Okay, now to the juicy part, hero counters. Every hero was designed with the intent of being really good at something, while other heroes have abilities to exploit their weaknesses, blah blah blah. Let's talk about a handful of heroes that new players traditionally have trouble with. Number 1, Bastion. Low-level Bastion players can easily be countered with Genji. Not only do you have the verticality to attack them from any angle you desire, your deflect also allows you to fire his own bullets straight back at him. Heroes that can damage from afar can also work really well, like Hanzo, Widowmaker, and also to a certain extent Farah. Farah is another hero that players really struggle with. Naturally, her counters consist of McCree, Soldier, and Widowmaker. All hit-scan heroes that require a good bit of aim. If that's not a problem for you, go nuts. If nobody on your team can hold a gun properly, that's gonna be a bit of a problem. I have also seen people complain about Symetra because her lock-on weapon microwaves you down to a pulp with no aim requirement whatsoever. The best way to deal with Symetra is Winston. His Tesla cannon can easily take care of her pesky turrets, and in a battle of endurance, Winston's large health pool allows him to survive the microwave beam and zap her down in the meantime. Alternatively, keeping your distance can help again, like with Farah, Widowmaker, or even with some good old-fashioned Junkrat spam. But how do you deal with Junkrat spam yourself? That requires a bit of coordination. D.Va can deny a good bit of damage with her defense matrix, but the real problem is getting through choke points before the matrix runs out. Lucio's speed boost is a really good tool for that. Don't forget, it's a team game after all. Try to work something out with your teammates. On the note of which, team composition. Yes, I know, trying to teach new players about hero comp is kinda pointless. You should spend your time figuring the game out, trying different heroes and see what sticks. But just as a general rule of thumb, 2-2-2 compositions are very standard and often have a very high success rate. That means having 2 tanks, 2 healers, and 2 damage characters. Note that even though Symetra is considered a support, she is not a healer. Make sure your team has characters that heal themselves if you run a solo heal with Symetra like Soldier 76, Roadhog, and Mei. That makes it easier for your main healer to deal with that. Sombra, while considered an offense hero by the game, can also very well fill the off support spot, as long as your team is aware that they have to play around your hacked health packs which respawn faster and can also only be used by your own team as long as they remain hacked. But again, the beginning phase should be all about you familiarizing yourself with the game, so give every hero in the roster a shot, play them for a little bit. It's gonna help you figure out which heroes you like the most, which you are the most effective on, and also teach you how to play against them. Another tip I would like to give you is that don't team up with your friends if this is the first time you're playing, unless it's their first time playing as well. The long and short of it is that the game does some really funky stuff with its matchmaking when 2 or more players queue together who have vastly different matchmaking ratings. Naturally, players with a lot of hours in the game would usually be better than someone who just starts off, meaning their MMR is higher and they are playing against other players with similar skill levels. If you as a newcomer play with your high-leveled friend, you are likely going to encounter enemies who are also of higher levels, and you are not going to have a fun time, trust me. I could go on about callouts, Overwatch specific terms, optimal ways of approaching objectives, but honestly, all of that does not matter when you just start off, so don't worry about any of that. This is really all you have to know to get started for your first time playing Overwatch. If you do decide to pick up the game and maybe even want to dabble in competitive play, Feel free to check out my ultimate rank preparation guide that takes a look at the game's settings and some gameplay fundamentals to make sure you are ready for it. You can find a playlist to more guides relating to rank play down in the description below. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Don't forget to drop me a like on your way out if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want to see more, and I hope to see you all next time.